We're on the mountain, this rock, this massive rock palace that Herod created for himself, made a beautiful palace called Masada. There's a wonderful story about it, about the Romans and the Jews and fighting and things like that, but we want to go back into the Bible times. Is the name Masada, is this mountain ever mentioned in the Bible? And I believe yes it is. The first mention is in 1 Samuel chapter 22 in verse 3. Listen to what it says. And David went thence to Mizpah of Moab. When you look across you can barely see it, but those mountains, that's Moab. David is running from Saul. He's running away from King Saul. King Saul wants to kill him. And he says to the king of Moab, "Let my father and mother, I pray thee, come forth and be with you till I know what God will do for me." He wants to leave his parents in Moab. And the Bible says this, "And he brought them before the king of Moab, and they dwelt with him all the while that David was in the hold." H-O-L-D. You go on and read in verse 14 of chapter 23, "And David abode in the wilderness in the stronghold." So we've got the word hold, and we've got the word stronghold. When you turn over in chapter 24, verse 1, it says, "And it came to pass when Saul returned from the Philistines, he was told, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-Gedi." En-Gedi is right over here. So we've got a location. We've got En-Gedi, we've got Moab and his parents, and we've got this word hold and stronghold. Do you know the word stronghold in Hebrew is the word Masada? Do you see the resemblance? Masada in Hebrew. So when you read that word hold or stronghold, it's simply saying that David left his parents in Moab and he came over to Masada. So David stayed up here hiding from King Saul on many occasions. This was a getaway. One reason he stayed here. There's one precious thing around this location that you must have to live. That's water. Not Dead Sea water, but spring water. And En-Gedi, when he hid from Saul in the caves, remember that? And King Saul went to use the restroom and David was hiding back there. He was at En-Gedi in the springs and would drink there. Also, one other thing, we know that Naomi and Ruth came from Moab. They would have passed right by here and went up En-Gedi to go to Bethlehem. So there were all kind of biblical figures coming by this area, but there was a time when David, before he was king, stayed up here. Maybe that's what David had in mind when he said, "The Lord is my rock and my salvation." Many believe he was talking about this picture of a rock. So, but it's a beautiful place here. Moab over the way and the Dead Sea in the background.
Okay.